joined by UMass Boston men's soccer coach Jake Beverland. Coach, it wasn't necessarily the matchup that you wanted. Keene State, one of the not only biggest but most physical teams in the conference. What were you able to take away from your first game, a 1-1 tie up in Keene?
I don't think it was necessarily a match we didn't want. It doesn't really matter who we're going to play. I think it's the right matchup. I think it's the two best teams in conference. I know they were the third seed, but I think that we are the two best teams. After we played them, the first game, I thought they were the best team in the conference that we'd seen yet. I thought we were quite a bit banged up when we played them the first game. We were missing a couple starters. We managed to get a tie up there, which was a good result for us. I think from the first game, we just kind of got to see how they play, and other than that, just it's been a couple weeks, so I'm sure they're a little bit of a different team. I know they've been on a roll. I was thinking 9-1-1 their last 10 or 11 games. I know one of those was a tie against us. We had our chances to win the game, and we didn't put them away. We hit the crossbar a couple times. Our keeper kind of stood on his head and made some outstanding saves, especially Douglas Silvera had a scissor kick about 15 yards out, maybe 12 yards out at the end of the game, and their keeper made a point-blank save with about 10 seconds to go. We almost won it with about 5 seconds to go, and the ref blew the whistle as the ball was going in the net. So I think we'll be ready to go. I think they'll be ready to go. It should be a very good match.
You played a gut-wrenching game against Rhode Island College where you had the best of the chances, but it took 87 minutes in to get that first goal. What's the takeaway against Rhode Island College? Do you think maybe there were some nerves in the first playoff game for a lot of these players, or was just trying to break down a pretty strong Rhode Island College back line?
I thought Rhode Island's two center backs were very good. They definitely could run with us. Not many people can do that, and they could do that, so that gave us a few problems. Our field doesn't really help us with how small it is. It doesn't really allow us to open things up, and how short it is. You can't really get in behind because there's the distance between the backs to the goalie. It's so short, and the through balls just kind of land at the keeper's feet every single time. Taken away from it, I think that they were a little bit nervous, to be honest with you, and then when you play 10v10 going 30 minutes into the game, in the last 60 minutes everything kind of goes out the window, and hopefully that doesn't happen this game.
Your back line struggled a bit against Rhode Island College in the regular season game, but allowed only 2 shots on goal, only one really great scoring chance. What did you see out of that back four, a group that is still very young in their first season working together?
Well, I don't think that they really struggled at all, to be honest with you. I think it was just I thought it was kind of a sloppy game all over. And then once you go 10v10, everything kind of goes out the window. We kind of had to change things. They had to change things. At 10v10, I thought we were a lot better than they were. I think we just kind of got to keep doing what we've been doing all year, and I think we'll be all right.
Outside of scoring more goals, what do you need to do to execute your game plan and to come away with the victory on Saturday?
I think we need to not get nervous if things don't come our way right away and just kind of stick with it. If we stick with it, with what's worked all year, I think we'll be okay. If we start going against that and against the grain, we're going to struggle a bit.
The Beacons will play in their first ever Little East Conference Championship game Saturday at 1:30 p.m.